Hello everybody, my name is Max191 and this is World of Tanks Blitz. In front of us we have the Chieftain T95, which is a very curious vehicle. I had played in it 3 games, and I can say that my first game was very good. I had fulfilled my 3 missions for the day with it, with the first game, and pretty much, if you ask me, this is a good all-round vehicle. Some of the teammates here in the clan are saying that the vehicle is meh, but I'm not very sure. I think in the capable hands this thing can be pretty much devastating. Now, this is my personal opinion, but keep in mind that this is after only 3 games. So, yeah, I cannot say that the vehicle is very good or very bad, but I can say this: the turret has a pretty much very nice armor, and we have this shit over here. Yes, a shit. Keep in mind that the turret is very well protected because it's sloped around it. Also, the vehicle has a very low silhouette, and the turret has smaller silhouette in comparison with the hull. The angles are very steep, the rounding is very good, and the only way you can penetrate this turret is by firing frontally, by firing in this piece of shit over here. No other way to be exact. If you are firing on the turret from the back, you again will prefer the shit. But not now. Let's go for some technical data. Now, frontally, the hull has 85mm of armor. Keep in mind this armor is very well sloped and armored, of course, rounded. If you have a very good high velocity gun, you may want to shoot directly into the driver's viewing port. If you do not have these things, well, fire into the lower glacis, because the lower glacis, it isn't very well sloped. For the sides, we have 50mm of armor, which is average, but also we have these side skirts, which act as a spaced armor. I'm sorry again, my English is going haywire in the moment, and somebody in the room knows why. So if you're firing high explosive, don't do it near the tracks. Fire somewhere over here. I know my cursor is enabled to be seen, so yeah. For the back, we have 25mm. This is a bit weak, but also in every single vehicle the back is weak. So yeah, nobody expects a tank to fight with his ass, so yeah. Now for the turret, again, the turret is very well sloped, very well armored, and the only way to penetrate this freaking turret, not only way, to be honest, there are 2 ways. The second way is using premium ammunition, but the only way with normal armor piercing shells is to fire into the shit on top of the freaking turret. The frontal part of the turret is with 254 millimeters thick armored pieces of some kind of metal, I think. So 254 millimeters of armor. This is very thick. Keep in mind that this thing does not include the sloping and also the rounding. So actually you must penetrate more than 500 millimeters in some places frontally, which is, yes, this was my girlfriend, and which for a tank gun is let's say pretty much impossible. For some anti-tank weapons, let's say like the Yak Tiger E100, it's pretty much possible, and the FV tank destroyer, which both have in reality a naval ship. There's no other kind of ships, but yeah, a naval guns. So yeah, the only way to penetrate frontally this turret is through the shit here, which is the commander's hatch, commander's turret, and cupola. Which, if you ask me, on the M3 Lee, the turret on top of a very high tank doesn't work, and the turret on top of the turret also does not work. But this is my small Bulgarian mind saying something which I think is pretty obvious. For the sights of the turret, we have, please excuse me, 88 millimeters of armor, which let's say it like that, from one of the sides you do not have any kind of chance to penetrate, except for the shit on top of the turret. For the other side you have some chance, but if the player is very good with this vehicle, this dude is going to show the turret like that. So again, you must fire on the shit which is on top of a very good turret. Yeah, for the back of the tank, 50 millimeters of armor. To be honest, this could be very easily penetrated, but again, you're going to choose the shit on top of the turret because it's a bigger target and also easier to destroy unalive the commander. So yeah, for such well armored vehicle, excluding the shit on top of the turret, 52 tons, it isn't very bad weight. And with the 825 brake horsepower engine, this thing can handle speeds of 40 kilometers an hour, which is very good if you ask me for a tank. Now the traverse speed is a bit slower, 30.37 degrees per second for the hull, but this is a heavy vehicle. You expect that from a heavy tank. The turret has traverse rate of 24.30 degrees per second, which again, this is a heavy tank. You expect that. But the time for reloading for this particular 90mm gun, which is a high velocity gun from what I can see, is 6.25 seconds, which means even you may have a loader which is on cocaine 24/7, 350 days, not 350, but 365 days in the year, or you have some kind of semi-automatic system inside the vehicle. Or the third thing is you have two loaders, and the whole thing with the cocaine is a bit of exaggerated. To be honest, I think it's version number 2. But it isn't as funny as the version number 1 with the dude on cocaine. So yeah. Which will give you a result of 9.60 shells per minute fire ratio, which isn't very bad. Again, the aiming time is very good, 3.3 seconds, which for a heavy tank is fairly good. With the reloading time is very good, very good, to be honest here. And the gun dispersion is only 0.326 for 100 meters, which is very good. Again, this is a heavy tank. The view range isn't very bad, 274.5 meters. We must not forget for the 0.5 meters. They're very crucial. To be honest, 0.5 meters, it's nothing, but yeah. For average penetration and average damage, in this order, of course. For the armor piercing, 212 millimeters, which for a 90 millimeter gun is very good. 225 damage, which, to be honest, I never got as low. For the APCR, 250 millimeters of penetration with this gun, yeah, and 190 damage. To be honest, never got too low. For the high explosive, I've never fired a high explosive with this gun. 50 millimeters of penetration. This is crucial for me particularly. With the T26E4 or the Super Pershing, we have again 50 millimeters of penetration of the armor, and again we have a 90 millimeter gun, which is very nice. With the IS-7 we have 67 millimeters of penetration, which again is very nice, but we have also a 122 millimeter gun. But here with this gun, this means that with 2 shots you can kill Ramatal Bolsik, or the also called RHM. You can devastate with 3 shots. If you're unlucky, with 5, the Waffenträger, which is pretty nice, to be honest, again. And some light vehicles like the RU-251, if I'm not in mistake here. Also, you can damage pretty well the T54 lightweight with this gun if you could penetrate the back of the vehicle. Even some sides of the T54 lightweight would be penetrated. Some parts of the sides, to be honest, would be very fairly easily penetrated by the 50 millimeters of average penetration of this high explosive shell leaving this gun. The average damage is 270, but this is on average. With the E4 twice I got, let me just see, yeah, 320 damage. And the gun, it isn't as long as this one here, which for me personally is telling me this: on average penetration 50, okay, in reality a bit more, even a bit more from the T26E4 or the Super Pershing. So keep in mind that the Chieftain has a very capable gun, the Chieftain has a very capable armor, excluding the shit on the top of the turret, and the mobility is a bit average. So the best way to kill this vehicle is with another Chieftain, with a bigger gun, or with premium rounds. The easiest way. Or if you have a very fast tank like the T54, you can go from the sights and continue firing, and the Chieftain will yield after that. For the moment, my personal opinion is this vehicle is good. It isn't bad, it isn't worse, it's good. But I have only 3 games in it, so yeah, this is my opinion for the moment. So after I play a bit more and I release more videos on this thing, I can tell you all an objective opinion. To be honest, in the moment I just like the vehicle. Also next week, the Object 140. I hope at least some of you enjoyed the video. If this is the case, you all know what to do. If this it isn't the case, again, you all know what to do. Maxo91, have a nice day. Bye bye.